guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just out here playing some Chuck It with Leela, and I wanted to check in with you guys. Hope you're all having an awesome week and are staying safe out there. I just wanted to talk about something that kind of, I don't know, I've been thinking about the last little while. So I wanted to talk about kind of respecting and understanding who your dog is. So I was walking her through just my street, like I was just taking a walk and I was on my way home the other day. And I stopped by and one of my neighbors, her sister was over, and she started asking me about Leela, and she was like, oh, can I pet her? And this is somebody that I don't know. It's like I said, it's just my neighbor's sister, so I've never spoken to her before. So I started explaining to her, like, no, she doesn't really want to be pet by strangers. She wants to get to know people first. And Leela was just sitting beside me neutral, just, like she wasn't doing anything bad. She was just sitting, but she wasn't, putting her head into the person. She wasn't showing signs of wanting to be pet by this person. So I started explaining to her, sort of everything about Leela and the training that I go through, and that not all dogs want to be pet by people that they don't know right away. And it turns out that she has a dog, and she's also using an e-collar and has gone through the whole balanced training, but her dog is actually aggressive. Like when she has family over, she has to muzzle the dog because the dog is unpredictable. So this conversation just led me down, like, it's like the first person I've ever met on my street who actually understood what I was saying. But to be honest, sometimes I just feel a little bit isolated in my neighborhood because, everyone's got these fluffy doodles who, are all out of control, but friendly out of control, if that makes sense. So they're all, barking and reactive and going crazy, but they're all just really excited and kind of, they all socialize together. All the kids play with the dogs, and sometimes I do wish that Leela was just a little bit more, I guess, easier, a dog that I could just let my guard down a little bit more with. But then I started thinking, you have to respect the dog that you have. It's kind of like people, I wish that I was more comfortable in social events, for instance. I'm a little bit I'm kind of in between introvert and extrovert, but I'm not like a complete extrovert. So sometimes if I'm like in a big gathering, I can get a little shy and uncomfortable. So yeah, I wish that I would be more social, but I'm not, and it's hard for me. So how can I expect my dog to just be okay with whatever situation I put them in if humans, we struggle with all of these issues? So obviously, we have to just be true to who our dogs are. No matter how much training, no matter how much training that you do with your dog, there's always going to be a ceiling of how far your dog can go. I'm just going to give her a little break. Down. Guys, I'm going to show you something I've been doing. I've been bringing this water bottle with me. And I just see how, it's like 10 degrees today, guys. I'm not sure what that is Fahrenheit, but it's not hot, but a light sweater. It's light sweater weather, and she's panting like crazy. So I like to just spray her with some water in between sessions while I let her rest. This is gonna keep her on there. This is what's gonna keep her from overheating, because even though down. See, I put the ball there, so she's like, I want the ball. So even though it's not summer, this is still hot enough weather for her that she could overheat. The sun is out. So I always just bring a bottle and spray her. That's going to make sure that she doesn't overheat. And I'm going to let her have a little bit of a break while I talk to you guys. No, down. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's just, you know, we put so much pressure on our dogs. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, you know, I want her to be this perfect, you know, amazing, social, outgoing, but protective. You know, I want all these qualities from her, and it's just not realistic. You know, I can take her anywhere with me. I can, you know, literally anywhere. I could take her to a store. I could take her downtown, walk through busy streets. I can take her to a field and have her off leash. I can take her anywhere. Yet, you know, there's this thing that kind of sometimes like, oh, I just wish you were a little bit better in this situation. But it's just not realistic. So I just was doing kind of a lot of thinking the last couple days, and it's just, I guess my point is, it's just important for us to understand who our dogs are, you know, their core. No matter how much training I do with her, you know, she's never going to be the doodle who wants to meet all the strangers on the street. She just doesn't care. And again, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I like that, but sometimes, you know, it would just make my life a bit easier so I don't have to start explaining to people, you know, why they can't just, you know, on first sight go down and, you know, make out with her. So yeah, but at the same time, you know, it's a lot of education that I get to give to people that I meet on the street. You know, everyone's so fascinated, but you know, there's so many people that can't take their dogs to places like, you know, a Home Depot, or let them run free because they don't have training. You know, their dogs are just out of control. So also, you know, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know, dogs, you know, you have this social, friendly, outgoing dog who has no rules, but at home he might be resource guarding, or, you know, biting the kids. It's pretty, it's more common than you think. You know, so many dogs get surrendered because, you know, they bite the kids and do all these things. They're just unacceptable, right? Those are unacceptable behaviors. Like, you can't have your dog attacking your child. So I'm just so grateful that, you know, Leela is well-rounded, but maybe she's not as society, you know, expects her to be. You know, society expects dogs to just be, you know, just bubbly, outgoing, love every strange dog, love every strange person. It's kind of like society expects humans to be, you know, these well-rounded, skinny, balanced people who eat healthy and exercise. But it's not the case, right? So we all have our own issues, and our dogs all have our own issues. And, you know, no matter how much I work out or eat healthy, you know, I'll never maybe look like a Kardashian or something. You know, it's not in my genetics necessarily. So it's sort of like our dogs too. I mean, Dobermans were bred to be guard dogs. You know, I can't expect her to be a doodle. She's not, right? Her genes tell her, her genes tell her, you know, her genes have that protective nature. So the fact that, you know, she is neutral, she's amazing with the family. I never have to worry about her and my daughter or anyone in my family. She's never even growled at any of us. I mean, you know, these are all amazing things. And so I was kind of just telling myself, like, I shouldn't feel bad because I have to tell the stranger on the street that they can't pet my dog. And then, you know, it's first of all, she's my dog, right? I didn't get her for other people's pleasure. I got her for, you know, me and my family's pleasure. And yeah, so I just kind of had to ground myself. So, you know, if you're struggling with your dog, or you feel like, you know, oh, this neighbor has this dog and I want my dog to be like that, just be true to who you are, who your dog is, what their personality is. Yeah, you know, like, I see these, you know, these dogs on my street, and they get walked to the mailbox and back. They don't have, you know, their life is boring. Her life is so, you know, she's been hiking so many places, swimming in so many lakes. Like I said, she has a weekly hiking group she goes on. She has about, I don't know, 6 or 7 close dog friends she plays with, some Dobermans, a couple Mals. She has a great life. So the fact that, you know, it's this one thing, it's like, oh, you know, I like on my street, for instance, there's this doodle, literally a couple weeks ago was chasing one of the kids down the street. Everybody's laughing and giggling. You know, it's a maybe a 15-pound doodle, really small dog. And I'm thinking, like, Imagine Leela chasing a kid down the street, you know, even if it's just, I mean, even she's just playing, a Doberman chasing a kid down the street and a 15-pound doodle. Very different pictures. My neighbors would kick me off the street. So yeah, you know, with certain dogs, there comes certain things that you can and can't do, right? I can't have an out of control Doberman. So that's why, you know, I take the training so serious. I really want the breed, you know, I want to be like an advocate for the breed, and I want people to see, you know, the good side of them. Down. Down. I'm just going to spray her with water again. She won't drink when she wants to play, but I try and squirt it in her mouth. So yeah, guys, it's important to just make sure the feet are cooled, the chest, because if the feet are cool, they're more like they won't overheat as much. So I'm just spraying her. So yeah, I guess the point of this video was just to say, down. You know your dog best, and you know the things that you know, like we sometimes see these videos, like especially on YouTube, you know, these Malinois just doing these crazy things, and it's not realistic, right? Like, you know, you have a dog as a pet, you're not, you know, a professional trainer. And also the people who get those kinds of dogs, I mean, they get them from, like, I don't know, the best breeders in the world. And honestly, even if you have amazing, well-rounded parents, it doesn't guarantee that every puppy will be like them. There are usually, you know, more confident puppies in litters and less confident puppies in litters. So yeah, you know, you want to just do your best and pick the best puppy you can for your family. Overconfident is not good either, just for a typical family, because you'll have other issues. You know, like dominance and just those kind of issues. Really, like a middle of the pack type of temperament is the best. But yeah, so just be true to your dog. You know, recognize who your dog is, what their ceiling is, what they're capable of. You know, obviously you want to push them as hard as you know, as much as you can to make them the best that they can be. But I just kind of had thoughts this week that I wanted to talk about, because sometimes, I'll be honest, you know, I do maybe put too much pressure on her, and I kind of lose sight of reality. But I'm kind of grounding myself. I mean, she is, you know, amazing, and I have to realize that, you know, she is who she is. You know, I got a Doberman for a reason, and just to stay true to that. So yeah, so don't feel bad if you have to, you know, explain to people, you know, why they can't pet your dog, or why you don't meet every strange dog on the street. It's to protect your dog. You know, like I made a video last time about that Doberman who was killed because he attacked a dog. And that's the thing. You don't want that to happen, right? Even if it's the other dog's fault, or the child does something, you know what I mean? It'll always be the Doberman's fault, or whatever, you know, breed you have, your power breed. So you want to protect your dog, and, you know, having a dog be with you in every situation and be neutral, I mean, it's a great thing to have, and don't feel bad about that. You know, don't feel bad that your dog values you more than the stranger. That's a great thing. And sometimes, you know, society kind of, you know, can make us feel uncomfortable about that. Like, why doesn't your dog want to meet every person and dog on the street? Because that's what society has kind of, you know, that's how, you know, the positive training world, and that's how society is, like, oh, dogs should just be social with everything. But it's not true. You know, in the wild, you know, dogs and wolves, they don't go socializing with other packs, right? Think about it. Like, that's a fight. They're loyal to their pack, and they don't socialize with other packs. It's not natural. So for us here in our world, to ask them to, you know, kiss and love every single strange human and dog we encounter, it's not fair to them. So we have to be true to who they are. And I mean, if you have a dog like that, that's great, but also be careful, because then you end up with a dog who cares about everyone else more than you. So you have other issues you have to deal with. So yeah, so just I wanted to put out this video. I hope this made sense. It was a little bit of just kind of how I'm feeling and some emotions. But yeah, just stay true to who your dog is. Throw the ball for her. Okay. Yeah, so I always make sure to take breaks, guys. Like I said, it's really not a hot day, but it's a really nice spring day. Um, light sweater weather. It's a tongue twister. Um, yeah, so I just, put some water on her in between, and it makes sure. And like I said, I learned the hard way about 2 years ago. She almost had heat stroke on me. So I always bring water now, so that I can spray her. And then before we get into the car, I'll let her drink from the bottle as well. So yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe. Thank you so much for all the new people who've joined the channel, and everyone who has been here, watching my videos. I'm really happy to be building a community here, and just, advocating for how amazing this breed is. They do need good leadership, guidance, and I'm Doberman. I will be a Doberman owner forever. Definitely a unique breed. Anyone who has one will tell you that. The loyalty, all dogs are loyal, but this just takes it to a new level, and I can't even explain it unless you have one. It's amazing. So yeah, again, thanks for everyone for being here, watching my videos, and engaging with me. I really love it. Any questions, as you know, just comment below. If there's anything specific you want to know, I'd be happy to make a video on it. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.